Alright, hey everybody, here we are ready for round one. Let's see what we can do against people who probably know what they're doing compared to me. I guess we'll play first. Maybe we want to draw first, I don't know. Not much going on here. We can play our grunts on turn 3. We're not going to cycle our moor because we need a swamp for the moment, so I guess we'll keep. And I guess we'll maybe lead with a forest. He leads with a swamp, alright. I guess here we put our Barren Moor in, so that next turn we can do either the Grunts or the Tusker. Not going to cast him for a while. Or him. Nice thing with Tusker is, of course, the cycle gets you a card, plus the ability gets you a basic land. So I guess we could have cycled for our swamp. For some reason I was thinking that he forest cycled. Black blue, eh? Sounds control-y. Alright, so he's going to get to look at my hand and see all my big guys. What's he going to take? Is he going to take the Tusker or is he going to take the Grunts? Either way, we still have a play on turn 3, which is fine by me. He may not even necessarily know that we're Reanimator. Maybe he thinks we're mono green ramp. Who knows? Well, he knows we're not mono green. We have that Barren Moor, but... I would assume he would take the Grunts. Because, well, that leaves me with the turn 3 Tusker. Yeah, it doesn't leave me with a board presence at all. Another forest, alright. Oh, we're going to say go. You can cycle as an instant. Yeah, you can definitely cycle as an instant. At least I'm pretty certain you can. Let's see. Yeah, you can cycle. Sea Drake, flying, enters the battlefield, return 2 target hands you control to their owner's hand. So he's going to have a 4-3 in the air. He's going to be behind on land, but that's not going to matter when I'm on a 4-turn clock all of a sudden. In for 1, sure thing. Let's cycle. Yes, I would like to use his ability. We're going to go and get a swamp. And we draw a swamp. So basically we want to draw Living Death pretty soon. Or Paralyze, I guess. Is it called Paralyze? Can't remember what that card was called exactly. So I'm at 19. Next turn I'm going to go down to 14. Predatory whatchamacallit. Well, we're not casting anything this turn. But hey, hopefully neither is he. Hopefully neither is he. But it doesn't terribly matter when he's getting in for 5 like that. Another land, alright. So I guess we bring in this guy and he'll probably sack the Fiend. Yes, I would like to use that. Which means I'll get the Grunts back. Still gonna have to deal with that guy. Krovikan Sorcerer. Discard a non-black card, draw a card, discard a black card, draw 2 cards, then discard one of them. That's nifty. In with the Sea Drake. Sure thing. Please, no more land. Dark Hatchling. Alright. Black, black. And I can cast it. So I can kill that Drake. Beautiful. We're going to swing in for 3 first, though. Goodbye, Drake. So that's better. Puts us back in control a bit, and because he's behind on lands, we're a bit more dominant. We can actually cast Roar of the Worm next turn. He's going to discard an island and draw a card. Wouldn't have minded a tutor of some sort to go and get the Living Death. Not sure if there are tutors in this format. Alright, what are we looking at? Psychotog, alright. So Psychotog is a discard enabler. You can discard and he gets +1/+1 till end of turn. You can exile 2 cards from your graveyard and he gets +1/+1 till end of turn. So he's probably playing some sort of madness deck, I would think. Maybe he's playing Reanimator, who knows? Another swamp, alright. Sure, I guess. Well, we're going to come in with both, I guess. May as well try tying it up almost. Well, no, sorry, that doesn't make any sense, because he can discard to power up Psychotog. Of course. We're just going to fly in for 3. And he's going to take it, and we're going to get a worm. And next turn, maybe we get a worm. We'd have enough for a worm and some monkeys. Or apes, rather. Alright, what are we going to see? Repel. Put target creature on top of its owner's library. Goodbye, worm. He's going to come in with Psychotog, I bet. Yep. So he's going to need to discard 2 cards to live. I'm okay with that. So long as they're not some magical 1 madness cost. He's going to pitch... Oh, yeah, you can just exile those 2. Which means they're just going to trade? Not going to discard another one? Wait, what happened? Oh, he had 4 cards in the graveyard, right. I'm up to speed. So there we go. So he's emptied his graveyard at least. So Psychotog is now going to have to be a discard card to keep powering up, which I'm okay with. Find-horned elves, eh? Well, I'm going to fly in for 3. Taking him to 11. He's going to discard an island and draw a card. Sure thing. Takes 3. We could just make this big gigantic worm, or we could make 1 less power toughness worm plus some other things. Let's do that for now. And then let's do... He's at 4 cards. Let's just play everything out. Let's play out the monkeys, play out the elves. Hymn to Turok. I discard 2 cards at random. Sure. I'll discard my big worm. Don't necessarily want to reanimate him. I'd be almost dead if I used reanimate. So he gets the original bouncer back. Alright. So he's going to bounce that worm next turn, so we are going to slam in with it for sure. We will pay for our monkeys. What do we get? What do we get? He might just throw his sorcerer in front of the worm. We get a swamp. That's boring. So, I think we're going to slam in with everything. Leave the elves back to block the Psychotog. Yeah, let's do that. He's going to chump block the worm and chump block the apes. Sure. He's going to discard Magister of Worth. Splash in white, apparently. To draw 2 cards and discard one of them. So he can power up Psychotog to make it a 3/4. So it would live. That's what he's going to do. He may even make it kill it. Yeah, he's going to make it kill it. So if I were to reanimate right now, I'd get back the Night Stalker and the Symbiotic Worm. And the Tusker. That would be pretty good. Alright, so that's how that's going to go. Sure thing. So he's down to 8. He's going to bounce this worm next turn. Also means he doesn't have much in his hand left to power up the Psychotog. Goodbye, worm. And hello, something. Ah, his own predatory Night Stalker. Alright. So, I think we throw away our worm. Or, not our worm, our elves. Because I want this guy to keep hitting in. If I had Living Death in my hand, I'd throw him away, but we'll go with elves. So he can come in with his Night Stalker for 2. No, just for 1. Alright. Jungle Worm. This comes back to the hand. Comes back to the hand. So if I were to attack and play Jungle Worm, he could bounce Jungle Worm and attack in for 3, 4, 5. Taking me to 4. He would be at 5. He would win that race, so we don't attack. And we play out Jungle Worm. He's just passing the turn, alright. And I'm just drawing lands, so I will just pass the turn right back. I assume he's end of turn going to bounce my Jungle Worm. That way I can't recast it this turn. And then he could bounce my Hatchling. And he could get in for 5, but then the Hatchling would come back and kill something. So if you triple blocked, it would become a 3/3. So I mean, I guess I'm okay taking 5 next turn. Or would it take more? Because he discards, so there'd be 4 cards in the graveyard, so this would be 3 power. Could discard again next turn for 4 power for 5, 6, 7, 8. So he'd actually be coming in for 8 if he did that. No, 7 because he'd have to double discard. So no, I'm not going to attack here. You can bounce my worm. Oh, he doesn't. All right. He is going to cast Suchi. Suchi is a 4/4. That when it dies, you get 4. Okay. Sure. He could bounce my jungle worm, attack in with this, and I'd have to trade or take 3. Pretty complex lines of play here with the discarding. Thankfully, he's exiling all of his stuff, so if I did Living Death, he would get back just a sorcerer. No attacks? Alright. Just passing the turn. So one more turn to hit Living Death. Or another forest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 of our lands there. So we have 6 left in our library. So I will just pass the turn. Gonna stare down lethal pretty soon. In fact, he has it if he just bounces here and then bounces start of the next step. Yep, that is lethal. So that's unfortunate. We got pretty close there, actually. Please not Living Death. Please not Living Death. Alright, so that's good. Although, I mean, those weren't lands, and we were seeing way, way, way too many lands. Let me see. We are playing 17. So... Psychotog, eh? What can we do about that? What does Nature's Lore do? Just rampant growth, but only for a forest. I guess that's basically removal. You may cast Armor of Thorns as though it had flash. If you cast it any time a sorcery couldn't have been cast, so if you cast it as an instant, the controller of the permanent, it becomes... The controller of the permanent, it becomes, sacrifices it. I think that means becomes attached to, sacrifices it at the beginning of the next cleanup step. Enchant target non-black creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. So I could kill his blue creatures, but not his green creature, or not his black creatures. So I couldn't kill Psychotog. Could kill the bouncer. That doesn't seem great. Provoke, tangle, maybe provoke. Maybe provoke. Probably not. Nostalgic Dreams, Elephant Guide, Desert Twister. No, I think we'll just jump back in and hope that we don't flood out quite as much as we did. I'll play first, sure. Barrenmoor, Forest, Tranquil Thicket. Not terrible. Turn 1 Elves. No, I guess I'll keep. Guess I'll keep. Hopefully I get to Living Death at least once in this draft. Alright, Forest, Fine-Torn Elves, also known as Llanowar Elves, also known as Elvish Mystic. Jungle Worm, eh? So we could play Barrenmoor and cycle Tranquil Thicket. Sure, let's do that. Although maybe I don't cycle it, because maybe I'll need the land. Chainer's Edict. So the elves are going to go bye-bye. Well, let's cycle off them. Not a land. But we can cycle that too. Goodbye, elves. And hey, look at that. I'm suddenly desperately hoping for land. I could reanimate the elves. Probably not the best play. Another reanimate, alright. So I guess I go Putrid Imp. Yeah, let's go Putrid Imp. Can't cycle that, unfortunately. Although, that would kill his Drake that I saw. Might hold on to that for a bit. I could also discard this Jungle Worm and reanimate it. Like right now. Well, we can see what we draw first. I couldn't reanimate it right now, but I could discard it right now. So I could discard, fly in for 1, reanimate, take me to 15. It's not the best reanimation target. But I do have 2 reanimates. Yeah, let's do it. Discard the Jungle Worm. Fly in for 1. Reanimate the Jungle Worm. So I could cycle this if I really wanted to at the end of this turn. Frantic Search, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, on tap 3 lands. That's pretty good. Draw 2, discard 2 for free. I'm going to assume that was an Urza's Saga block card. Urza's Saga had a lot of those on tap the cost of the card, so they were virtually free, which is why Urza's Saga block was broken beyond belief. So what did he discard? He discarded a Swamp and an Owl Familiar. And he just passed the turn. Alright. Didn't choose to cycle there, but that's fine. I'm going to swing in with this worm. Although I would bet he has something. It'll become a... Or no, it won't become a 4/4. It's beyond the first creature blocking it. So it'll be a 5/5. So he'll have to discard a fair bit to kill it. Just takes 5. Sure thing. I could Tendrils, or I could just cycle this next turn. I could reanimate my elves for some reason. Let's just pass the turn and cycle. So what is Bad River? Was it the... Oops, it's in the graveyard now. It was... Oh, it was a fetch land. A tap fetch land. I don't know what the exact name for them is. Does the same thing as a fetch land, doesn't cost you a life, but it comes into play tapped. Well, he's up to 5 mana. Scrivener. Return target instant card from your graveyard to your hand. So coming back is going to be Frantic Search. Alright. Black, black, 1, 2, 3. 2 more lands and he can flash back Chainer's Edict. Alright, so I think I'm going to cycle this now. Ooh, pretty big worm there. That would cost me a lot to reanimate it. It'd cost me 8 life. Don't necessarily want to do that. Another swamp, eh? We'll play it, I guess. So he'd come in, he'd be a 4/4. Well, he'd still get some stuff out of the way. Alright, so he's going to... So what do? I assign before trigger? Alright. So 1/2 is going to become a 2/3 is going to become a 3/4 4/5. So we're going to kill the thing we know we can kill. So goodbye, worm. So I could Tendrils of Agony. I could bring back the symbiotic worm and be almost dead. Tendrils of Agony for a measly 2? Doesn't seem great. But I don't necessarily have much else to do. Well, I won't die this turn, so I guess I'll just pass the turn. Psychotog's going to come in for probably 2, I would imagine. No, just for 1. And just passes the turn, alright. What do we get? Paralyze. So I could paralyze that, and he'd have to pay 4. He'd only have 2 mana available. I think I'm okay with that. Paralyze. Let's swing in for 1 because I can. And then let's Tendrils of Agony with a storm count of 2. Or no, sorry, storm count of 1. So he's going to lose 4 and I'm going to gain 4. Same targets, please. 18-9, pretty good. Makes reanimating that symbiotic worm even a little bit more possible. He is going to pay to untap it. All right. Then he's going to pass the turn. We've got a swamp. So I guess maybe I go big. Let's discard the worm. Swing in for 2. Taking him to 7. Do I do it? Yeah, let's do it. Pay 8 life, get a 7/7 worm. If he bounces it, that would suck. So I can sacrifice a creature. So if I sack the worm, I'm going to get 7 1/1s, and I'm pretty okay with that, I think. Pretty okay with that. 1/1s everywhere. So what can he block? He can block 2 of them, so that's 5. I have lethal at the moment. Assuming I just discard whatever card I draw. Oh, not quite lethal. Forest A. So maybe I just start getting in through the air. Discard that forest. He can block 3 of these. So that's 4 coming through. That would take him to 1, and I would be taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd be setting myself up for lethal. So perhaps I go in with just the 2. You know, it'd be nice right now. Living death. Well, I'm going to chump all those. He's going to need 2 blockers, I think. Well, he gets his free search. That's such a powerful card. Jeez. It's going to let him untap that, actually. Or no, sorry, that can only happen during the upkeep. Right. Magister of Worth. So if it's tied, destroy all creatures other than Magister of Worth. So he's sweeping the board. He vote for condemnation. So if I vote for condemnation... Oh, regardless of what happens, everything is going to die. So I'm going to vote for Grace. Come on, living death. Not a land. Please, not a land. Croson Tusker. Well, I can cycle you. I can go and get a land. Croson Tusker. Can go and get a land. Where is it? Living Death. I need it. Ooh. That'll be pretty useful next turn. If he doesn't play a creature, that'll be very useful. Don't play a creature. Don't play a creature. Don't play a creature. This better not be a creature. What did I just say? What did I just say? Living Death. Alright, so what are we in danger of looking at here? He's going to get an Owl and a Scrivener and a Psychotog and a Night Stalker and an Aquamoeba. I'm going to get some Elves, a Worm, an Imp that can fly, and 2 Tuskers. So he's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. And I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures, and 1's going to get sacked. Next turn I can Predatory Night Stalker and take something away of his. So yeah, we're going to Living Death. Oh, is he just going to counter it? Aww, that's cheap. No, I will not pay 9 for it. My poor Living Death. I finally got it. So he's going to swing in for 4. I'm going to go to 2. And I'm going to need, what, Dark Hatchling? Not some grunts. That's unfortunate. We were close, but he had the answer. Oh, there was the Dark Hatchling right there. All right. Well, that was fun. We kind of started to do what the deck wanted to do. Hopefully we can do it in round 2, which I will see you guys for soon.